Just a shout out to the Yellow Pages rep. Need a book down here sometime soon. Better move this camera now before it becomes consumed by bull ants. G'day guys, I'm Nick from Bushwalking Victoria. We're here at Mt Arapiles. It's fair to say I'm Big Kevin off the dial. So this rock escarpment actually doesn't rise that high relative to sea level. I think it's 369. The text will correct me if I'm wrong. Because it comes off a really flat base and steeply rises, it gives it worldwide marketing appeal to rock climbers. And I would say from the number of station wagons, combi vans, all sorts of vehicles were arriving probably right up until midnight last night, Friday night, and again this morning rolling in before the sun was coming up. So the car park, it's completely full. Lots of sounds and sights of cockatoos, galahs, kookaburras. Goodness, I feel like I'm in the 12 days of Christmas out here. So just out here now with the beautiful backdrop of the Mitre and Mt Arapiles beside it, and some groovy little grain silos here that we're just going to get a long shot of on the 200mm in a moment. But first, a bit of bush tucker. Now there's nothing like a bush stew out here. Pull the ring tab, rip the top, smell the baked beans before you put it in there. Don't know why, it's just tradition. Truth, that's all over my bloody tripod. The wind just blew it over there. I just licked my finger there and it was coated in Aerogard. I can tell you, do not do that. Yuck. I'm positive that's bad for your health. So don't make the same mistake twice and lick your fingers again once you've already done it with Aerogard on the tips of your fingers. It does not taste nice, and you need to be smart enough to remember that once you've done it a single time. Oh, this is looking fantastic. I'm gonna have a drink of water because that Aerogard is really hanging around on my taste buds. I tell you, it's that Serena tuna that makes it. Finally on the perimeter track for the Mt Arapiles hike, and it truly is absolutely bloody spectacular. So we've got 15 kilometres, probably 18 kilometres ahead of ourselves on this trek. This one certainly is a shoot and burn job, so with that in mind, let's get cracking. Just escaped into this little canyon on Mitre Rock, so thank you wind for bringing me here, but I don't think I would have seen it otherwise. But I've got this outlook now looking onto the Mitre silos and the landscape just receding onto a basically flat horizon. I thoroughly recommend coming up on top of Mitre Rock. Kids are gonna absolutely dig this place. There's little nooks and crannies carved between the rock. Lee, Angie, I saw the way you were skipping over those rocks. You guys could have made it up here in a heartbeat. Give it a go next time. Beautiful views out onto the Wimmera Plain. Great angle of Mt Arapiles, the Grampians in the background on the horizon. Don't let age be a barrier. Why am I talking like I need a butter menthol? I'm a passionate Victorian. I love this little state. You don't have to travel very far at all before the terrain changes dramatically. The point I'm trying to make is make time to get outdoors, to explore what's down the road or just round the corner. It's often the things in our own backyard that we look over more often than not that have plenty of stories to tell, which we've never come across just because we've never bothered to stop and look at it in any detail. So, concluding thoughts on the Arapiles hike, certainly wouldn't go doing the circuit walk. If I have to rate the circuit walk, I'd give it a measly 3 out of 10, and it only gets those 3 points because of the start of the walk next to the rock climbing wall. For the rest of the 3/4 of the walk, it bored me to death. My recommendation on Arapiles is spend a bit of time around the rock climbing wall. The face of that rock climbing wall is absolutely extraordinary. It's almost like looking at the surface of one of those nail boards where you can press your hand against it and it'll make the indentation of a hand on the surface of the nails. Does that make any sense at all? The rock wall has all these bulbs and fingers projecting out of it, and it's absolutely amazing up close. Well worth stopping, getting out of the car. In terms of a walk out there, there is definitely a great walk to be had, and I think a much improved one on the circuit walk would be to pull up at the main campground where all the rock climbers hang out and follow the walking trail in a northerly direction from there, heading straight for Mitre Rock, do a circuit of that, get up on top of it, and then come back along the same trail. So Mt Arapiles, definitely give it a look. I didn't even get time to get up on top of the mount itself or check out Melville Caves. They are other side attractions to be checked out when you're there. But if it's just to appreciate the rock climbing wall and get up on Mitre Rock and have a look over the vast Wimmera Plains, especially on sunrise, well, I'd give that aspect to this trip about an 8 out of 10. I hope you've enjoyed this little overview of Arapiles. Until next time, get Terry and get outdoors.